year and a half ago, we implemented an entire team, and we have 3 full-time thumbnail people. They're coming in every single day, and there's a new split test that's being done on old videos. And for each split test, they provide 5 options. So we're getting 15 thumbnail options for every single video. And there's only 1 video that goes out a week, but we're doing 30 rehashes every single month. So I can genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, say that I don't need to upload for another year, and I'll get 5,000 subscribers every single day, guaranteed.
You know, I've always liked the idea of like taking a concept and making it something you have to watch to investigate how this thing unfolds. Thing that everyone knows about, but no one's really thinking about, which is satisfaction on YouTube. YouTube don't give us a satisfaction score, so we don't know.
What actually does satisfy us is emotional experiences. We want that storytelling.
I don't need to tell a story. That's lame. Like, you want me to like talk? That actually pushed me to, okay, like I can tell a story, dude.
Having an emotional change, what does that actually do? That actually gives you a memory. It could just be for 10 minutes, or it could just be, hey, I want to talk to my friend about it tomorrow. And that's what excites me.
Storytelling advice applies to everyone who's telling a story.
You want to make sure that it's almost a roller coaster of emotions.
What happens when we get a good story? We feel compelled to share it because it stays with us. And I think part of us, we want to relive it again.
If there's ever a moment where I'm even slightly bored, I'm like, cut it. And if there's something where I'm not just like, wow, you know, like the whole time, then it's like, don't upload it.
There's literally no such thing as a perfect video.
Everything you want as a creator comes from making the best videos possible, and thumbnails.
Naturally, you want to click on something that sparks curiosity.
My words are what carries the story, and how I make someone care about something. Because the way I almost think about the content I make, someone clicks that thumbnail and people are just, in general, people are just so arrogant, you know? Like, I just think people are arrogant. They're like, I know this, you know? Obviously, I know how Mr. Beast grew. It's all about money and giveaways, you know? Yeah. Like, the average person always thinks that. So, like, I just think, okay, when they click this video, I'm trying to get that person, the person who's there saying, yeah, I know this all, to suddenly go, oh, wait, this sounds interesting.
What would you consider to be a good intro that means that I can trust this video?
I would say that the first thing is literally your first line. Like, what does that first line tell me? And so often, even going even more granular, I think about the first word, thinking of the first line like a title. Like thinking of the first line like a title, I think is really important. I really like this idea of statement plus intrigue and being really pragmatic with it, where you just state whether this is visually stating something or just actually telling me something, what the video is going to be about.
The best editors today, or the best creators, should kind of look at the intro as like essentially a separate piece of content. Try and focus it on it being a short. How could I tell you to watch this video in 30 seconds? Make that, like, complete your video, then probably make the trailer, and then just put that at the front.
Trying to give people as much stuff as possible, that's how genuine connection is formed. And by doing that, I was able to cultivate like very good and close audience, also cultivate a lot of friends online and in person through YouTube and business. And I think that was the thing that taught me how to do that.
How do you balance storytelling and like obsessing over analytics?
Sometimes look past retention curves. That almost sounds sacrilegious, me saying the retention guy, but sometimes it's about looking past retention curves and saying like, yeah, this might actually lead to a 2% dip, but 2% dip, that means maybe 98% of people that still watched after that point.
Yeah.
If it added something to them, it's still beneficial. And I think as YouTubers, we sometimes have a bias towards micro drops in retention and not the full video. I think that's really important to consider. I still think that people underestimate the importance of just your actual scripting in the first 30 seconds as well, and how you're using that to guide the edit. Not necessarily like building an incredible transition or anything. It's usually just like, well, what are we saying and how do we make sure the edit gets that across immediately? And almost, sounds crazy to almost bring it back to thumbnails again, but like this idea that your intro is like a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Like with previews, like that's becoming something that's being more and more used on YouTube.
Point is, ideas matter so much on YouTube. Start with volume and then work your way in to the best one.
I get my ideas from movies. I watch a bunch of movies and then I, like not on purpose, but some of that sticks with me, and then I mix everything and I come up with these ideas.
You need to ask yourself, what could I create that would blow my audience's mind? Like, what could you guys create for your target market that they would just think, holy shit, this is insane, no one's ever done this before, that's what you guys need to be thinking about. And then basically take that idea and make it 10 times crazier.
I think I like to describe the algorithm as stubborn.
It's very easy for YouTube to understand what your viewer is going to want to watch next.
Like the algorithm is really smart, but also let's make its life easy.
YouTube is very much a momentum-based platform where if you post a good video, your next video is going to give you even more views. And so you could compound on that. And then if the next video gets more views, your next video is going to get even more views. And if you tee it up correctly, it'll just it's like a snowball effect.
It's extremely uninteresting and no one wants to hear that it takes time.
It takes time. Like I've had videos that lie dormant for months, and then like, I don't know, month 6, suddenly it gets like 500K views. I'm like, well, obviously this was a good video then because it got 500K views, but it just took time to get there.
Yeah.
But it takes time. And I think if it's something that, especially if you're young and just getting into this, you don't want to invest. Patience is really the most undervalued aspect of succeeding in the world of media today. You have all the agency in the world. You don't need anything from anyone. But if you're not willing to commit the time to it, you're never going to find that success.
For the first year, it wasn't even a consideration. It was just go, go, go. Like everything is content. Get it all.
If you want to be a YouTuber, if you're watching this, right, like, and you're thinking in the scale of 10 years, like if you literally are grinding and you're obsessed and you're just every day studying and learning, and you surround yourself with smart people and you just work like hell, to be honest, for 10 years, like there's probably a good chance you'll make it.
Your first video is not going to give views, period. It's not. Your first 10 are not going to give views. I can very confidently say that. So stop sitting there and thinking for months and months on end and just get to work and start uploading. All you need to do is make 100 videos and improve something every time. Do that. Just make 100 videos, improve something each time, and then talk to me on your 101st video. How do you improve something each time? The second one, just, I don't know, put more effort into the script. The third one, try to learn a new editing trick. The fourth one, try to figure out a way that you can have better inflections in your voice. The fifth one, try to, study a new thumbnail tip and implement it. The sixth one, try to figure out a new title. There's infinite ways. That's the beauty of content creation online. There's literally infinite ways, from the coloring to the frame rate, to the editing, to the filming, to the production, to the jokes, to the pacing, to every little thing can be improved, and they can never not be improved.
The idea is to stay in constant contact with your audience. You might be able to get by with posting one amazing 15-minute or 10-minute video every month. I'm sure that there are people and audiences that are willing to wait around for that. But I think in the beginning, and for most people, what you want to aim for is just creating really great shit.
You can develop passion over time for something, but I think if you don't have the drive to do YouTube in the beginning, or you don't have the drive to the end outcome of doing YouTube, like growing your business, something like that, then it's not worth it. Because unless you're an entrepreneur and your goal is to actually get inbound leads from YouTube or from TikTok or Instagram, any social platform, if that's not your goal and you're not willing to do uncomfortable things to get there, then you shouldn't do it. Because it just doesn't make sense.
When you're kind of like young, everything before probably 25, I would always just pick the opportunities where you learn the most and not where you get the most money.
Give yourself 10 years. Give yourself 10 years at this craft, making videos, posting them online, getting made fun of for at least 5 of those years. And then maybe at the end of 10, maybe you'll have a little bit of success.
As soon as you believe in yourself completely and you just go all in, it's going to go so much quicker than you expected. Because suddenly you just quit your job, you just say, okay, I'm gonna give 100% at YouTube, and you just realize, I have so much time to do my videos. I don't have 2 hours in the evening after work where I feel drained, but I can dedicate all my time towards it, and that makes it so much quicker to grow.
What a lot of people forget is everybody has something unique about themselves. If you go about it, what can I do? That's when things really start to change. Once I realized I paint cars, this is what I do that's different than other people. And anybody that's even watching this might think, well, what's different about it? I guarantee that everybody has something different, interesting about them, whether they ride horses or they're good at piano. Those are interesting things that can really make you different.
If you want to be a creator, then you have to be empathetic towards the audience. And we were not. An artist has no empathy to the audience, right? An artist paints something and says, this is what I wanted to paint. I don't care what you think about it. Interpret it as you wish.
Okay.
If you want to be an artist, that is a different thing.
Yeah.
If you want to be a creator, you have to be empathetic towards the audience. There's a balance between what you want to make, what the audience wants, and what the platform wants. There's 3 things that make up,
What you want to make, what the audience wants, and what the platform wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's something that we call content market fit, is finding, that right in the middle of that is content market fit.
It's important to have brand recognition.
Right now, everybody is copying like the big finance creators. What no one is doing is just creating their own unique style. Everybody's taking that style of editing.
It's totally okay for your niche to emerge over time. Yes, you can take a very calculating route and plot it out in advance and be like, okay, this is my path. Or you can do what I recommend, which is just start making videos on YouTube about whatever you enjoy, whatever you want. If I was starting on YouTube, I wouldn't really worry about the niche thing. I just think, you know what? Let me make videos about the things that I enjoy. Maybe some close-up magic because I'm not a total loser. Maybe like iPhones. Maybe like, you know, my favorite pen. Maybe like, you know, tips of getting started on YouTube. Maybe life as a medical student. Maybe like whatever experiences in my life that I enjoy talking about and that I think I could teach on the internet. That is the stuff I would start making videos about. And over time, as you start making videos about things that you enjoy, the audience starts to resonate with some of those things. And so your niche ends up emerging over time.
There is so many factors in content. One of the biggest factors is just the total addressable market of your audience.
Let's make videos that 80% plus of our audience can be interested in and watch. And it sounds like a really simplistic thing, but so often you look at a creator's channel, I'm like, well, 30% might like that, 10% might like that, 20% might like that. When you zoom out the big picture, it's like you don't really have a bingeable catalog. You just have a collection of random ideas, which is like the human mind, that we're all different and we all have this kind of, there's very few people that will have the exact same taste in everything as you two do.